Welcome back to a special presentation with a dream transcription by Ryan, and prophecy about a nuclear event. We also have a new song reversal from one of Bruno Mars' songs. Currently, this day, on the 10th of October, 2022, things are heating up in several different parts of the world, and there has not been as much nuclear talk or threat since the Cuban Missile Crisis. Putin is threatening to use nuclear weapons against Ukraine, and North Korea is testing missiles with nuclear capabilities, far more than they have in the past. Fortunately, China is staying neutral, but still siding with Putin in other ways. Even Saudi Arabia is raising gas prices again, which helps Putin accomplish his objectives, in many different ways. Events like this cause much fear and confusion in the world, and breed much evil that has to somehow be reversed, before it's too late. This dream transcription addresses the nuclear threat, and gives us hope that God will try and prevent something like this from happening. However, it is still dependent upon one thing: humanity. In 2011, Ryan had a request from someone in his group to do a dream transcription/interpretation for their dream. This is the exact transcription from his website, theangelscrolls.com, that he did back then. In this dream, I had been hearing about the possibility of a nuclear attack by China on the United States. While I was in a car, I saw mushroom clouds fill the horizon in close succession. Because of how close the explosions were to each other, I wondered if the attackers were planning to bomb every bit of land possible. Therefore, I expected to be caught in an explosion at any moment, but there were no more bombings. This is the transcription of what the angels told R.B. Reynolds, aka, the new Adam Codman, posted on February 24, 2011 at 9:06 a.m. A prophecy is coming. A nuclear prophecy is a caution for the unrest in the Middle East. Every caution we have is a spiritual lesson from heaven, and if you listen it will reverse some evil. If you want to make it to heaven, you better keep trying. When God protects his new religion in the future, he will send a prophecy as a warning. There is always some evil around us, and we all must find ways to defeat it. A prophet can reverse it without causing more evil, and when he can reverse it without causing more evil, he will begin to save lives. Everything has a price when it comes to evil, and when a prophet can learn to reverse it by caressing the gift of life, he will not forget the reason God has chosen him. When someone has a gift that gives you purpose each morning, it will convert your love to something that is miraculous. When someone is living with purpose, and it exists in the wonders of love, it gives you a reason to experience the miracles that heaven has. This religion fixes many religions who rely on religious evil. A nuclear attack is not a religious action, and therefore it is something that God would try to prevent. It is an evil decision, and you cannot defeat any evil by causing nuclear destruction. The first action always is to shower it with love. We must always caress all life like it is our own child. If you are not used to using love to defeat evil, then evil shall survive, and evil is surviving because of evil. When you find some evil, you should sit down with it, and try to mediate with love. If you shower it with love, it will try to understand your reasoning, and forget its mission of evil. When someone's confusion is causing evil, you shall try to work your way through their confusion, to help them. As long as your mission is love, it will have a better outcome, and it will not result in more evil. You must always remember all of this, for it is the key to experiencing miracles, and there are always reasons for reversing one's evil with love. There must be good reasons which are better than evil, and many may not be perfect, but they always must rely on preserving life. When God is with me, it isn't evil, and I will be safe. When you want to reverse confusion, you will need to look for direction from God in heaven. You must remember that God would not desert you, and no matter what you have done, he will always try to help you. God does not need a reason to reverse the confusion that we have in life, as he knows that humanity will punish the many who don't accept their laws. In no way is prophecy meant to dissolve the crimes of humanity, for they are meant to change their direction. The horizon is something that God created for humanity. Its beauty is something God intended to last for eternity, and it must be protected with his help. He has a mission to protect life as he created it, and he will never falter in his responsibility. When he sees the evil that is rampant, he mourns for every life that is taken by it. There will be trouble in Lebanon. It causes much trouble in the Middle East, and God will have to prevent a nuclear war. We must have faith in him, as he sends this prophecy. He provides this prophecy to save some lives that would have been lost in this region. He cannot save every life, but there will be a small percentage of death with his intervention. Why can't God prevent all death and destruction caused by evil? When someone expects that God will take action in every case of evil and destruction, then there would be no reason for a life that depends on love and compassion towards others, and humanity would have no responsibility to prevent evil. It is something that God allows humanity to choose. We will never have a perfect life until we have spiritually evolved enough to get to heaven. If we have respect for life, we eventually get spiritual evolution through the continuous survival of humanity. So why did he have China in his dream? China is a part of the prophecy. Many will question if China is involved, and many will seek the influence that China has. China will eventually speak about the alliances formed, and will provide us with lots of reasons for confusion. And much has been spoke of in the Bible, that China would have a major influence in Armageddon. However, if you take this warning, it is something that can be averted. Can China propagate a forgiving attitude in the Middle East? We have to have faith in them, for they know the importance of survival, just like the rest of humanity. They know the meaning of life, and believe in a religion of spirituality. That is why China has taken a non-interfering role in the past. There will be a question causing fear of them, and this will be the thing that God will have to intervene with, in the region. His promise of life exists in this event, and his promise to humanity will always need his intervention. God knows serious evil and destruction can be reversed by reversing the confusion of humanity, through spiritual evolution. So why is it important to have a religion such as this, that helps us understand the help that God gives us? When you have faith in a God that relies on humanity to govern its own survival, then we will know how he walks with us, in our time of need, and we will be open to the direction he gives us. God knows the future, and always guides us on the path to where we are going, when we rely on him. There are some of you who are in confusion, and who often get lost along the way. When confusion breeds such evil, ask for God's help, and he will provide you with the answers. He will provide you with lots of time to make the change spiritually, so it can be used in this life or the next. The gift of life is eternal. It is something that God knows is very complicated, and he will not judge us for the mistakes we have made along the way. And yes, we survive through spiritual evolution, and God knows each time we have a change in life. Up in heaven, he will rejoice, for he knows each time it happens, we get closer to joining him. When we begin to learn the truth about the love of God, we will project a better image of ourselves, that will be helpful to others. And this is reversing evil with the intervention of God, through the actions of humanity. When there is a prophet that gives understanding to the process that God uses for spiritual evolution, then he will provide a means to help them. When there is devotion, he will provide them with prophecy, and there will be times when there will be many ways he can intervene. So that's the end of the dream transcription. Fortunately, there is something else happening, that proves God is working to save lives, and help us spiritually evolve as well. A few months back, when Putin's 10-mile-long army convoy invaded further into Ukraine, most thought that he would succeed in a few days or weeks. Putin's efforts fell short of genocide, and even after the death and destruction Putin's army caused, Ukraine now has the upper hand, with the support of the United States and the United Nations. At the time, Ryan predicted that God would help Ukraine in their time of need, in one of his presentations. He never imagined that a few months later, they would be winning the war. In addition, the women in Iran are protesting against the suppression they are subjected to more than ever. Perhaps there will be change there as well. If you follow politics in the United States, there are two parties, one which believes in helping others, and preserving our future, and one who only worries about how good their own country is doing with little concern for others. You will be able to understand who is who, if you watch the two major media organizations, who are at opposite ends. One lighting the fire of hate and confusion and even more or less hoping that Putin succeeds just so the other party does not get re-elected. So I guess the question is, who do you walk with? Do you walk with truth, compassion, love and honesty, and a better future, or do you walk with lies and conspiracies, subversion and hate? The choice is yours, I guess, and only God's intervention may be able to change some of those minds that knowingly or even unknowingly walk with the side of evil. So this next song by Bruno Mars comes from the reversal of his That's What I Like song. This was a difficult one for Ryan to transcribe because Bruno talks so fast through parts of it. However, I am sure that if you put headphones on and go over it a few times, you should hear a lot of it. In the beginning of the video, we showed you some enhanced images of the anomalies on Mars. So as a closing to this video, we would like to feature a song reversal from Tones and I, and one from Conan Gray, that talk about the images and the destruction of Mars, according to the angels, due to nuclear events. Hopefully humanity will listen to these warnings from God and his angels. The video you are watching now that Ryan recorded, is approximately 4 minutes long. The reversal of Conan Gray's Heather is probably one of the most significant and clearest song reversal that Ryan has done thus far. Most people are going to find this one hard to believe, but Ryan gives his solemn oath that this song, as well as the others he has done, have not been tampered with in any way, with the exception of reversing it and adding captions. Again, all you have to do is reverse the song, and you will come up with the same results. Right now, there are rovers on Mars sending live feeds from Mars, trying to discover signs of ancient life there, and this song clearly talks about past life on Mars. If you check out the live feed, there are some very interesting images that are streaming back from Mars that some believe are sure signs of a past civilization there. Of course, most try to brush the images off as pareidolia, but communications we are receiving paint a much different picture. In this song reversal, you will clearly hear these beings say that there are other worlds, with life similar to humans in our universe, some of which are spiritual and compassionate, and some who are chaotic and evil. They talk about how Mars once had a thriving civilization, when the planet's inhabitants made a lot of bad decisions, and evil began to take over, causing the annihilation of the entire planet, which can be seen in the images now streaming back from Mars. These angelic beings said they tried to warn Mars, but the people there would not listen. They're also telling us that humanity is heading in the same direction, but we can avoid it. This is one of the reasons they have chosen this time to make contact with us. They are trying to help us before it is too late. So this in a way is good news, because these beings communicating say they have been sent by God. The reality is, most scientists and academics believe that it is inevitable that humanity will fall in the not too distant future, unless drastic changes are made, and until now we have not seen any significant advancements in that area to prevent it from happening. Other communications we have received from these beings, which you can hear yourself throughout our presentations, indicate that we have time to work on this, but we have to start very soon, before it is too late. So keep in mind that this is not a prophecy of Earth's doom, but a warning for humanity, and these beings do have a plan to help us if we let them. In the song, the angels make their announcement, and even mention Mars. They talk about how at one time, there was life on Mars, and that the evil that existed there refused to listen to the angels when they tried to help them, which resulted in total annihilation of the planet. They also speak of God's cherished extraterrestrial forms that are seeking out other planets in the universe when they need help.
That completes this presentation. To hear more, please subscribe to our YouTube channel or visit our website at theangelscrolls.com.